Good morning, student friends. Welcome to lecture number 5. Lecture number 6. So, in previous lecture, we discussed the diaphragm clutch, difference between diaphragm clutch and single plate clutch. Now, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss the semi-centrifugal clutch and centrifugal clutch. So, as we know that why need of this centrifugal clutch and semi-centrifugal clutch is arises, that first we'll discuss, and we'll discuss the construction working of semi-centrifugal clutch and centrifugal clutch. So, a semi-centrifugal clutch is used to transmit a power from high-powered engines and racing car engines. Semi-centrifugal clutches used in high-powered engines and racing car engines, where clutch disengagement not requires appreciable and tiresome driver efforts. Means to provide the comfort for the driver, to reduce the hectic for the driver, to reduce the efforts of the driver, the need of this semi-centrifugal clutch is arises. So the transmission of power in such clutches is partly by the clutch springs and rest by centrifugal action of extra weight provided in the system. The power transmission is partly by clutch springs and remaining by centrifugal action of extra weight provided in the system. That's why it is called the semi-centrifugal clutch, not a fully centrifugal clutch. It is a semi. Semi means half. So halfly this power is transmitted by clutch springs and halfly is remaining by centrifugal action of extra load attached in the system. So the clutch spring serve to transmit the torque up to normal speeds. The clutch springs transmit the power at low engine speed with normal speed, and the centrifugal force transmit the power at higher engine speeds. The clutch springs serve to transmit the torque up to normal speeds, while the centrifugal force assists at speeds higher than the normal engine speed. So, construction of semi-centrifugal clutch, besides clutch plate, pressure plate, and spline shaft and flywheel, it mainly consists of compression spring 3 numbers, weighted lever 3 numbers. In the figure you can only observe the one weighted lever and one spring. Otherwise, there are 3 compression spring and 3 weighted levers. They are arranged circumferentially. They are arranged circumferentially over the pressure plate. So, besides this flywheel, clutch plate, pressure plate and spline shaft, it is consists of the compression springs and weighted levers. So construction of semi-centrifugal clutch, that is shown in the figure. Besides the clutch plate, pressure plate and spline shaft, it mainly consists of compression spring and weighted levers. So only one weighted lever and the compression spring is to be shown in the figure. Then let's see its operation. In its operation, when at low engine speed, the compression spring assists. In its operation at low engine speed, the compression spring assists in preventing the clutch slipping, as the centrifugal effect upon the weighted lever upper side is very small. During the low engine speed, as low engine speed is there, means the pressure, that is less on the pressure plate. So in that case, there may be chances of slipping of the clutch plate from the flywheel. So to avoid the slipping at the low engine speed, the clutch spring is to be going to prevent this slipping of the clutch, slipping of the clutch plate at the low engine speed. But when the engine accelerates, when at the higher speed of the engine, the upper end, that is a weighted lever end, tends to move outwards, due to the high centrifugal force. Under the centrifugal action, due to the weighted levers at high engine speed, it tends to move outwards. It tends to move outwards, and thereby it forces Thereby this lever is going to be force on the pressure plate. Getting? So it thus introduces a torque about hinge B. Getting? So if you see here C, that is a weighted. Getting? Here it is a weighted at C. B, here if you see here that is a hinge. Here it is to be hinged with the pressure plate. Here it is a fulcrum with the clutch cover. Here it is a weights are attached. Here it is a hinge to the pressure plate. Here it is fulcrum with the clutch cover. And here at D, adjacent screw is there to adjust the centrifugal action. Therefore, when high centrifugal action is there, high centrifugal force is there, so this lever is to be moved, it tends to be outwards, and thereby it is going to pressure over the pressure plate. This lever is going to actuate the more pressure on the pressure plate. So simply at moderate speed the pressure of spring is sufficient. At normal speed the pressure of plate is sufficient to transmit the torque without any slipping of the clutch. However, at higher speeds the weight which is attached to the lever, and due to the centrifugal force, due to the centrifugal action, it is going to press the pressure plate with the higher force, and thereby it will avoid the slipping of the clutch plate at the higher speeds. So this lever is having fulcrum. Lever is having fulcrum at this point. It is hinged with the pressure plate at this point. It is weighted at the upper side, and the lower side, that is adjacent screw, is provided, which will adjust the maximum centrifugal force on the pressure plate, that will be adjusted by this adjusting screw. So in this manner the semi-centrifugal, this clutch is going to be actuated. So when engine speed is low, spring keeps the clutch engaged to transmit power. The weighted levers don't have any pressure on the pressure plate. When engine speed is high, weighted lever is fly off and lever exert pressure on the pressure plate, which keeps the clutch firmly engaged to transmit the high torque. Thus, instead of having more stiff springs for keeping the clutch engaged firmly at high speeds, they are less stiff because of centrifugal forces of weighted levers. As only there are 3 springs are there. If springs are only 3 and the weighted levers are 3, means weighted levers are replace the spring, and thereby it avoids the stiffer springs. It avoids the stiffer spring. Thereby it avoids the hectic of the driver. It reduces the efforts of the driver during the disengagement of the clutch. When engine speed decreases, the weight falls and the weighted levers don't exert any pressure on the pressure plate, and only spring pressure is to be exerted on the pressure plate to keep the clutch engaged. Advantage: clutch operation is very easy, less stiff clutch springs are used and they operate only at low engine speeds. Disadvantage: springs have transmitted the torque at lower engine speeds only. Centrifugal force work only at higher speeds, no to transmit the torque. Application: that is mostly used in the foreign cars. You can find the application of this semi-centrifugal clutch. So semi-centrifugal means partly it is engaged by the springs, partly it is engaged by the centrifugal action of this weighted lever. So next we will see the centrifugal clutch. So centrifugal clutch uses centrifugal force instead of spring force. So in this case, spring force is to be avoided for the engagement and the disengagement of the clutch. So totally here centrifugal force is to be used instead of spring force. So this clutch is always in engaged position and it does not have clutch pedal to operate it. Centrifugal clutch is automatically operated with engine speed. So the vehicle can be stopped in gear without stalling the engine, means without stopping the engine, and also gear can be started in any gear by pressing the accelerator pedal. So as is evident from its name itself. A fully centrifugal clutch is an automatically operating system utilizing the centrifugal force action right from the lowest engine speed. This action is different from semi-centrifugal clutch, in which the centrifugal force assists at higher engine speeds only. Thus, compression springs are used in centrifugal clutches. So, in this case, the compression springs used in centrifugal clutches is to be eliminated at all. However, more stiff spring compression springs are to be used in this case also, but it is not totally for the engagement and disengagement. This more stiff springs are to be used in between pressure plate and the friction plate. In between the pressure plate and the friction plate. Getting? To hold these parts apart during the idling. To hold this part apart during the idling only, these springs are to be used. Getting? So such clutch needs no clutch pedal. Centrifugal clutch needs the clutch pedal. Instead, the accelerator pedal provides the driving control. The clutch disengages automatically when the engine speed falls below the calculated that engine RPM. For example, 600 RPM. Getting? Clutch is disengaged automatically when engine speed is falls by the design value. Whatever the design value is decided by the manufacturer. For example, if it is engine RPM is below the 600 RPM, automatically clutch is disengaged. If engine RPM is above the 600 RPM, automatic clutch is to be engaged. So here the figure shows the schematic diagram for the centrifugal clutch. So as speed increases, the weight A is to be attached. The weight A flies, thereby operating bell crank lever B. Here A is a weight. When speed increases, the weight flies off, thereby operating the bell crank lever B. B is a bell crank lever, which presses the plate C. This is a pressure plate. It is going to presses the pressure plate. Getting? That is a C. Means weight A flies off due to centrifugal action. Thereby it going to operate the bell crank lever. Thereby it presses the plate C. This force is to be transmitted to the plate D, that is a clutch plate, by means of spring E. Meaning, as this pressure plate C is to be pressed, thereby this spring also forces the D. Getting? Transmitted to this force on C is transmitted to this plate, that is the clutch plate D, by means of spring E. The plate D containing the friction lining material is thus pressed against the flywheel, that is F. Against the flywheel, that is the F. Getting? And finally the clutch is to be engaged. Thereby the clutch is to be engaged. Now spring G. Spring G serves to keep the clutch disengaged at low engine RPM. When engine RPM is to be falls below the design value, for example 600 RPM, this G is going to disengage the D. Getting? Is going to disengage the D when RPM is less. So spring G serves to keep the clutch disengaged at low speed, for example say 600 RPM. Then stop H. Getting? Stop H limits the amount of centrifugal force acting on the plate C. Getting? So whatever centrifugal force that will be decided, that will be limits by this H. Getting? So A is a weight, B is a bell crank lever, C is a pressure plate, D is a clutch plate, F is a flywheel, E is a spring to transmit the force from C to D, G is a spring that will be keeps the clutch disengaged position at the lower or engine RPM. Getting? For example, below 600 RPM. H is a stopper. H is a stopper. Getting? So in this manner, centrifugal clutch is to be actuated. The working of centrifugal force is there. Getting? So a centrifugal clutch works on centrifugal force. One side of clutch is connected to the engine crankshaft, other is to the gearbox shaft. And engine RPM increases, weighted arms in clutch swing outward, force the clutch to engage position. Most common centrifugal clutches have friction pads, shoes radially mounted that engage the inside of the ring housing. So next lecture we will discuss the